And there it is. It's your boy, again, Eduardo Jackson, founder, creator, Cinema Draft, the game, the fever, the obsession, what everyone's talking about, at least in my circles around the way. What is Cinema Draft? It is where daily fantasy sports meets the movies, but instead of drafting athletes from teams, you're drafting actors from movies and how their movies perform at the North American box office. You earn points to compete against your friends and others to win cash prizes. And we'll get into all that later. It is this time of the podcast where I introduce our guest. Coming back, round two, fight, fight, fight. Kevin Garnett, working black writer, TM, in Hollywood. And there he is, the Chocolate Cardinal himself.
That's right.
Chocolate and Cardinal. Also, GNice, writer, education administrator extraordinaire, agent provocateur, going by his avatar only. Say what's up to the people, GNice.
Great.
Wow. Or don't. Okay, I actually like this better with him saying nothing. Let's give it up for GNice. His first silent pod. I'm with it. We may be joined midstream by our normal co-host, Peter Vogt, lead designer of Cinema Draft, the game. He is right now busy handling some business over in lovely Western Idaho. So if he jumps in, he jumps in. If he doesn't, drinking game for you, Peter. What should be our drinking game this week? Should it be Chocolate Cardinal, Kevin?
I can definitely work in some Chocolate Cardinals this week. I'm not sure what else. What else is there?
We'll figure it out.
As we go along.
As we go along. That's right. So anyways, we're just going to get into one of my favorite segments, which we usually kick out the show with, which is what I'm watching. And it was going to be Peter's going to go first, but he's not here, so I will kick it off. And I just want to talk about Deepwater Horizon. Well, first of all, even before all of that, almost as a rule of thumb, since we do tape this on Tuesdays, almost as habit, I'm just going to always mention Atlanta because, my God, that show brought the heat again. I'm not going to spoil it because I know our WBW hasn't watched it yet, but right. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, that shit is funny every single week. Oh, are you back? Are you speaking now, GNice?
What's up? What's up, people? Did you do an intro? GNice is here. Clap, clap, clap.
Yes. We clapped up for your first silent pod.
The sound of one hand clapping.
One firm hand clapping. But listen, did we talk about what we ate for breakfast this morning? Can we say that?
That's not this. This is
if that's what you're watching, sure.
Oh, we're doing what we're watching? Did you say Atlanta yet?
Well,
yes,
he was actually talking
as a rule of thumb, Atlanta's going to always lead off the show because we tape these on Tuesday nights. I just saw tonight's episode. It is lit AF. And considering that it is my birthday, yes, it's my birthday today. Yes. One of the most inconsequential birthdays, 41, whatever. But considering I'm not in one of my favorite cities, which is Atlanta, and I'm not in the club, which I might be during my birthday in Atlanta, this episode was all about the club. So enjoy, everyone at home, when you see Atlanta, if you haven't seen it already. Actually, you probably will by the time you see this podcast, hear this podcast. But I really enjoyed it. It was almost as if I was in Atlanta celebrating my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to what I'm watching. I was just going to say a little something about Deepwater Horizon. Greg, I know you want to say something. GNice.
About Deepwater Horizon?
About the guy who directed Deepwater Horizon. Who in your school's illustrious history could it be?
Tyler Perry.
Your school?
The other school.
Yeah, no, the other school. Yeah, no. That's what's his name?
It's going to be a long podcast, man.
The heroin addict.
Peter Berg.
Pete Berg. Listen,
that's slander.
Pete Berg might be a heroin addict, but Pete Berg is
allegedly.
Not probably.
The views of GNice do not reflect those of Cinema Draft LLC. Cannot be held responsible.
Dude, no shit. Listen, half of the school are heroin addicts. I'm fine with that. He is. Nope. Pretty sure. He is really good. He got really, really good.
Yeah.
He's always been solid.
Always been good.
He's always been good, but he got kind of awesome. And he's got a style now where you can actually watch the show or watch what it is. You can be like, that's probably Pete Berg. He's got that. I
was just going to say and case in point is Deepwater Horizon because I had my biases. And once again, I put up a review. You can find my reviews under the nom de plume of The Real Deal over
French. Hashtag French?
Hashtag French at medium.com/@cinemadraft. And basically, I gave it 4 reels. I'll be honest with you, because for what it does, for what it is, I went into it thinking it's going to be this, this disaster flick, and I was not here to be, making entertainment out of a real life tragedy, nor was it going to be here for anyone exonerating BP in the slightest. And it doesn't do any of that stuff. It's really good, and I think I wrote in the review, he's almost as if Michael Bay had a soul. It's amazing what he does. Like, seriously, it's a really good film, and you guys should check it out.
I'm trying to think of what he's done that's really like awesome.
Lone Survivor, you didn't like that?
Lone Survivor was very good. It was a lot of shooting and running through the woods, but it was good.
Like, but he's kind of mastered that milieu, though, of like he usually handles like a fairly big budget, but he doesn't. I mean, it's not always filler. Like Michael Bay, and I love
half of it is for heroin.
yeah. And there are some other urban legends going around Hollywood about Michael Bay, which I'm sure our WBW might have heard of, but whatever.
I know nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there.
Go ahead.
You hear nothing? Okay, well, some on-set scuttlebutt as an extra I used to hear. Anyways, but he's like Michael Bay had a soul. Like, he gets the same, he'll take the same budget Michael Bay will get. He'll blow up the same amount of shit Michael Bay does, but somehow, god dang, he'll find a story or some characters for you to hook into and emotionally make you, connected to the story. There were audible sobs in the damn theater on a Saturday afternoon in a movie that's been out for like 4 weeks. I mean, give me a break. Sobs, people crying. It was moving.
That's impressive.
The Kingdom was good. The Kingdom was good.
Kingdom was very good.
I enjoyed The Kingdom. Jamie Foxx, right?
Hancock was good, except they got weird, but it was good for a while.
It was good the whole way through.
That last third was pretty weird, though.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember that. But here's a problem I have. Quick little offshoot.
Please.
I love David Fincher. Period. What?
Well, that's true, but we'll talk about him later. The point is, there's a lot.
I told you I could predict your movie. You're so predictable. Boom, got it.
Yeah, there's this trend lately of making movies out of things that just happened, like 5 minutes ago, be it Deepwater Horizon or whatever. And I think the problem with that is that you don't have the perspective. You want to rush to put out something quickly, but like take Munich for example.
Okay.
Great movie. The end of the movie, you end on this shot of the Twin Towers in New York, and then it fades to a modern day setting where the towers are gone. And it kind of speaks to the fact that this sort of revenge. What's that?
Does it? I don't remember that.
It does. But it speaks to the fact that this sort of like eye for an eye revenge sort of thing with terrorism ultimately doesn't work.
Oh wow! I totally forgot about that part. But
I don't remember that. I think you just made that up. It's at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
How much
he's obviously made notes and prepared for this. Nothing. Something.
Let live. That's not even in my notes. That's just impromptu.
That's just definition. 17
cardinal action.
Oh, there it is.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, well,
wait. Can I say? So the truth of the matter is, I feel that way, but I feel that way about biopics. I feel like biopics. The biggest mistake we make our biopics is when the person is
still alive.
Honestly, you need time. That's why Straight Outta Compton was good, because it was like 20 years. You were like, we grew up with it, but it's like there was enough space where it wasn't like, I feel like what was the George Bush one? Dude was still in office. It doesn't make any sense to do this weird caricature on the side. Like Ray was good because it had all this space. I didn't know enough about Ray. I didn't grow up during that time, so I didn't know him. So it felt like a movie. It felt like I was learning something. It's like what's the movie that they shot? Ali. Like shot for shot, it was there, and then meanwhile they had the documentary going right next to it.
When We Were Kings.
Yeah, it's like you can't tell me that no matter how cool that shot's going to be, it's not better than the actual footage. There's too much space. You gotta give it time. You gotta let it breathe. Let that story turn into something real. Otherwise, I feel like you're like his impression of George Bush was just like a weird caricature when the guy's right there.
Right, you're talking about the Will Ferrell thing, yes?
No, I'm talking about the dude from Goonies.
What?
The dude from Goonies. No Country for Old Men. He's got a super hot wife he beats.
Henry Thomas?
No.
He beats? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
You're talking about Brolin? James Brolin?
That's the dude. Boom.
Brolin. Yeah, Brolin. Yeah, he's awesome.
Okay. Are we off the rails yet, Ed?
We're off the rails. Yeah, I'm bringing back.
Why
your point's well
be
taken.
screaming Josh Brolin in the next room?
No, your point's well taken. But this is one thing that kind of surprised me about Deepwater Horizon, because I remember being super pissed when this stuff went down. Mostly because it was. I mean, it seemed like corporate malfeasance of the highest order. It polluted, Louisiana and all this sort of stuff. And it kind of shocked me that thing was actually 6 years ago. That happened in like January of like 2010 or something.
Wow.
So it's, I mean, not saying that's like a lot of time, but it definitely was time enough for everyone to get their story straight. To, I mean, just, I mean,
do you think that story's over? You know what I mean? Like that story's still, like I 6 years to me. Thank you. Why?
No. 6 years is. 6 years really isn't anything. Thank you, marital interruption. But as far as this story goes, I mean, let's be real. How often do you think of the Louisiana coastline? Not very often, except for a hurricane. How often do you think about BP? BP doesn't even exist anymore. They like meld into or change your name into something else. So it's like, I mean, I'm not saying the story is over, but it's pretty much been buttoned up as far as like nobody, people who got indicted did not go to jail, or charges were dismissed, whatever. The coastline's totally wrecked. People, are having to find, different types of jobs and work and stuff. Offshore, drilling is still a thing. So it's almost like it happened, and then it was like a blip on our cultural, on our environmental, consciousness kind of kept on going, which is sad. So I'm glad this movie came out. I'm glad Peter Berg did his thing. And it's a really good flick. I enjoyed it.
Hashtag McAllister.
Peter Berg the God. The other one I saw that, and this is pretty much all I'm watching really, was The Accountant, and I called that shit. I called it almost.
I was wrong.
I'm sorry. I just got to catch up here. Are you going skateboarding?
Me? Oh, you're talking about
wow.
The shade. Why don't we have a podcast, GNice?
Wait, did you guys discuss this when I wasn't here?
If you bug.
We did not discuss this.
Is this the birthday present? You're gonna go skateboarding?
First of all, I've been wearing elbow pads for years, ever since my online poker stints, when I was all about maximizing ergonomical comfort. Shoot, I'm still in my online grinding chair, the Serta chair, the one literally made out of sofa cushions. I am, so this is how I work. I got pointy elbows. I'm in my chair for long periods of time. Hate on, hater.
I'm not hating. I want to get some for next week. Solidarity.
Which we won't be able to see behind.
This is true. You'll just have to trust me.
You can put elbow pads on the avatar.
It's just good. Boom! There you go. I'll do it.
Photoshop. Well, anyways, The Accountant. It was, somewhere Jay Devlin will be listening to this in the next 24 hours. He'll be fuming. He actually called when we were getting started. I don't know if he wanted to jump on the podcast or what. He actually records his own podcast, Mostly Sports Podcast, which I was honored to be a guest. I shall actually be on there next week.
Go Bulls.
Fellow fans, I will be on the Mostly Sports Podcast next week. I believe they tape from 6 to 8. I'll most likely probably be in the second hour. Anyways, we had side bets going. I actually lost a side bet only because the Girl on the Train grossed about 12 million, 11.9 or whatever. It was within 15 million of The Accountant, but The Accountant did overperform all these bullshit 16 million, 17 million projections. Nah, son, 24.7 what? So yeah, that's been just nonstop chatter in our group text, in our league of extraordinary gentlemen talk about Cinema Draft. They're just hot over The Accountant overperforming.
Nice. Did the girl eventually get off the train?
I'm not spoiling it. No, you got to go see it, Greg. You got to go see it.
Yeah, that's probably never gonna happen.
I know, because Emily Blunt is my boo, not your.
No,
that's what I'm watching. That's what I'm watching. What are y'all watching?
GNice.
I watched the first 12 minutes of whatever that's called.
Westworld.
Oh, what do you think?
I was very sleepy, so not much. Here's the thing. I think James Marsden does a good job consistently, but I can't help but to always think he's the Cyclops that got done dirty in that movie. And ever since then, it always annoys me. They did Cyclops so dirty in that movie. And then he also makes
you relate him to Cyclops. I think he's just like a living Ken doll.
Well, I always think about that weird movie he did way back when, Gossip. That movie made no sense, but I just remember him as Gossip. Do you guys remember that movie?
Nope.
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 Was it good?
All on a GNice Island. Okay, so you watched 12 minutes of Westworld.
I watched 12 minutes. I thought it seemed interesting. I like it's what's his name's brother wrote it. That's cool. Christopher Nolan.
Nolan, yeah, or Jonathan, whatever
Jonathan
he calls
Nolan.
himself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
didn't
no, he's legit. He did Person
he
Interest.
wrote,
That was a low key good show.
is it?
And
But isn't he also the guy? The Memento was based on his short story, right? And he did a bunch of shit for his brother.
he's co-written a couple of things with Nolan, with his brother.
Nolan seems like the angriest man on the planet, but his brother seems like he's got like love in his life. Uh-oh, who's getting took right now? Who is getting remember run?
A chocolate cardinal drink.
Yeah.
So have you seen anything like around town? Like, have you like read some early development scripts, whatever, of Jonah Nolan?
I have not read any of their stuff. Loved Memento. Loved pretty much all of Christopher Nolan's stuff. That
Following,
one
following was good. Except British people, too many British people.
I don't know what that is. The one with Pacino and it was like daylight.
Yeah, that was weird. It was like looked cool, but the story itself was like whatever.
That fell a little flat, but obviously the Batman stuff is off the chain. But,
what is that movie called? Not Unfaithful. It's called what was it called? Robin Williams is in it, and it's light all the time.
There's no way to find out.
Not Insomnia. Is this Insomnia? I think it's Insomnia, the one where he's in Alaska and he can't.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I like that.
It looked cool, but it wasn't. The story was like whatever. I feel the same way about the Magician one.
Oh, it was either The Prestige or
Prestige was fun.
I was like,
I enjoyed it.
It was fun. No, it wasn't. It wasn't fun. It was you sort of respect it. No, stop. Don't lie to your. This is a podcast. Be honest. You don't have to do that.
This is a confessional booth. You don't have to be honest on a podcast.
This is a safe space. It's a safe space.
You can lie throughout an entire podcast. It doesn't matter.
No triggering. You're safe. Safe space. Okay.
I caught up. I saw the first 12 minutes of West thing. It seems interesting.
Yes, it is.
This is gonna sound terrible. I don't love the lady, but whatever.
Tandy Newton or
no, I do like Tandy Newton. Although Tandy Newton's super hot, but you always want like a cooler performance from her. I never feel like she's like, "Oh, you killed it." You're always like, "Oh, you're hot." You know what I mean?
Well, hey, spoiler alert, teaser alert, she gets naked in the second episode, I think, third episode.
Well, that makes you want to watch it even more. So
for like 10 minutes, so you know.
That is fantastic.
Get on your job.
Here's the thing about HBO stuff. I love all right. Showtime's worse. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic and so absolutely unnecessary. I don't know how you get away with it because I haven't seen the scene, but I promise you, there's no reason she should be naked for 10 minutes, except that we're all horny bastards and it's awesome. But I don't know how you convince. Like when you write it, you're like,
That's right. Call this out. Guilty as charged. But here's my $11.99 or whatever it is each month.
Like Californication is the best example. It's perfect.
Toxic.
But it's perfect. There's titties everywhere, and every single scene.
There's a term for it.
And it's fantastic. But it's like this small. It's like it's the simplest, the lowest common denominator. It's really, really done so well. But the truth is, like half those chicks don't need to be naked. They don't. God bless them. But it's like they don't. It's totally gratuitous, and I love every second of it. But I don't know how we get to that point where it happens. And now here's the thing, if the show's on HBO or something like that, and they don't get naked, fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, how dare you say no? Like the chick on Game of Thrones, stop that nonsense. Get naked already.
How dare you say no? That's what you just said.
But I'm saying, like, no, it's so wrong and it's so right all at the same time, but it's so wrong. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you don't do this. Don't act like
you nailed it on the head.
We're talking about it. That's the first step. So,
admitting you have a problem is the first step.
All right. So the other thing is I caught up on Atlanta, except for the most recent one, and I still, I guess I still don't love the girl. I mean, I know the scene. I know the most recent. Kevin, are you caught up?
I haven't seen the one tonight, but I've seen up into the BAN episode.
So you saw the one where she goes out and gets fired and all this stuff.
What? Yeah, I saw that one.
I actually had a moment of
wait, dude, that's our film. That was acting. You killed it. Let's do one more for Safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Why
good.
don't you love the girl though? Why don't you love the girl?
Yeah.
Because I thought she was excellent. I thought the whole thing just was.
And
excellent.
she killed in the episode that they basically gave her, which was Value, I think it was called, or
Yeah.
something like that.
It was Value. That's right.
She killed. You didn't like it, GNice.
No, she's okay. She's good. I mean, the episode helped. It gave her depth. It gave her. She was less annoying.
Is there a slap in the face sound effect we can?
What the 5 fingers say to the face?
But it's a really. I enjoyed this show very much. I don't love. Danny Glover. No, that's not it.
Danny Glover is not.
Wow. The disrespect. This man is just changing.
No, here's the thing. I've said this before.
Danny Glover.
I totally respect his game, and I think he's super talented. I do. I think he's super talented. I think what he's doing is awesome, and I think he deserves all the props. I didn't love him in Community. It's hard to get past that in my head, but I think he's doing a really good job here. I think his boy, Paperboy, is awesome. I think he steals scenes left and right.
Mm.
Well, yeah, at least that's one thing that everyone can pretty much agree upon. Because I know on the Watch podcast, Andy Greenwald and Chris Ryan, whatever, the biggest Atlanta super fans that are probably out there who are non-black, and they love Brian Tyree Henry. They swear, and if you and
that motherfucker does not play basketball though. That was so clear.
No, and Chris Ryan had
weird.
That too.
Yeah, he was just like so awkward.
I don't know if you guys watched Vice Principals at all, but he was also in that and did a great job.
Wait, hold on. He was Paperboy was in Vice Principals? Who was
Paperboy was the ex-husband or the separated husband of the principal.
Oh, wow.
I did not get that far. Thanks for spoiling Jackass.
I totally you weren't going to watch that.
You're not going to watch.
I've watched the first two. I've watched the first two.
That's why I used to call you and your associate JK. I used to call you guys Vice Principal. It was a similar situation. You guys were, dueling vice principals who were somewhat up for a job. I'm like, why don't you guys just tear each other apart? But you had liked each other. How boring is that?
I got lost along the way there.
JK? Never mind. Okay, I'm trying to give you a layer of anonymity to you.
No, I do. I'm trying to figure out who JK is.
You're a former vice principal. Okay, never mind. We're keeping this moving. Anyways, yes, Atlanta's the shit. Anything you want to shout out that you're watching, KG?
You guys have pretty much covered it. I watched the Westworld pilot, liked it a lot. I'm 2 episodes behind. I got Divorce and Better Things.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the pilot randomly.
I have them on
Divorce or Better Things.
I saw both of those pilots randomly. I told you I thought Better Things was going to be different.
I'm watching both shows, but I like one a lot more than the other.
Better Things you like better than Divorce.
I do, actually.
Yeah, without even seeing Divorce, I'd know that I like it less than the other one. But I'll watch it. But also, I want to say what I'm listening to is the Solange album, which Greg will not necessarily testify to, but it's pretty great.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
And you're laughing because you have no knowledge of these things.
No, I have heard many people tell me it's awesome. I don't care.
And
he distrusts the body politic. That's all it is. He distrusts popular opinion. Trust me.
Well, that's his loss.
I am listening to. Right now am listening to a lot of Prince records. Thank you very much.
Very good. You should be listening to Anderson .Paak. You should be listening to
his stuff.
Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper is fucking great.
Why? Because from Chicago?
Maybe.
Kid, that
maybe. No, but he's also super to dude. That album is so strangely good. It's like,
why is it strangely good?
Because that's not normal.
It's like a gospel rap album.
Yeah, it's like a gospel album. He says cool shit. He's got this cool. He can sort of sing. It's like the production, the people behind him. It's like real musicians. He seems so comfortable with who he is, and that's really exciting.
Well,
I don't know why.
Had you listened to 10 Day Mixtape or Acid Rap, or
are we talking about
Experiment? No, we're talking about Chance the Rapper. Had you listened to his body of work before this, you would not be shocked by the greatness.
He's good. Anderson .Paak is okay. I thought he was fantastic on Compton. I think all his solo stuff is artsy, which is cool. But Dre was like, "Yo, dude, do this," and he's like, "Okay," and it was really good.
But he even has there's some song with Mac Miller who I do not really deal with that he did that's really good. He has another song with Damo Genesis from Odd Future Wolfgang Kill 'Em All. That's really good as well.
You just played yourself.
Not really. If you listen to the song Dapper, you would know.
Okay. Can I say about divorce? Because you started saying things that were silly.
Real quick.
Divorce? Wait, you guys, neither one of you watched it.
No.
No, I've watched it. I've seen
Ed, you watched it. Here's the problem with divorce. Ready? It's the same problem with Sex and the City. She is an awful human being.
Her face.
She is awful. Honest to God. How can you? She's so unlikable to me. She seems so entitled and selfish and just yucky. There's nothing sweet about her ever. So then I think to myself, why would anyone want to be with her? And then I just can't take the thing seriously.
And then the funny thing is that she's generally received, and I think I'm fine with her. I think she's generally received as a bit of like America's sweetheart to an extent or whatever. Like everyone loves.
How is that possible?
Square pegs. Is that residual square pegs love?
It's something. It's something. I mean, I see her on talk shows. She's charming. She seems like she has a fabulous life. I'm cool with that. What I think is really funny is that there is a very virulent part of the world, or especially the internet, that just can't stand her, hates everything she's in, and so that actually really informs her character on Divorce, because we're not supposed to like her. She is terrible. She's flighty. She's got this midlife crisis, and she's gonna blow up her 20-year marriage, whatever, because she's an idiot. I don't like her. I'm not particularly in love with the premise of the show, but I'm interested mostly because of Thomas Hayden Church. He is
not subtle. He is not subtle though. Sometimes I feel like, dude, he blows scenes up. He like just destroys the scenes, and you're like, I don't know what the hell just happened. You just came in with a very big voice and made a big statement, and all of a sudden it's over.
Well, it's not a good show, but it's watchable so far. And if I ever get if I ever get too busy or too many new good shows come out, or I'm stuck on a couple of Netflix binges, I could easily see it falling by the wayside. But for now, it's watchable. I'm intrigued.
One of my plans was to watch. I have not started Cage yet. And one of my plans
it's the blackest thing you'll ever see.
One of my plans was to watch it outside my house, outside with a bunch of people. It's gonna be really cool. We're gonna screen it up to somebody. I'm not naming names, but somebody very close to this moment fucked it all up. I'm just putting it out there.
Wait, what? You can't watch shows outside anymore?
I had this whole plan put together, then somebody I can't remember who it was, but they got super selfish and fucked it all up. So I have not started. And I'm probably gonna start, but I don't have. I want to.
If you do an episode outside while I'm out there, because I'm gonna be out there next week, right? I want to stop by for an episode. That might.
If you come, I'll wait. I want to do it outside. I want to do the pilot.
Blame others. Vote for Trump.
Let's not steer this political either.
Oh yeah, we stay away from politics on the podcast.
I'm pretty sure we know who we're all voting for. No, yes, I'll be there next week. It's all good. I'll hit you up later. Pretty much that Wednesday through Saturday, shaking my tin cup. Time to get some money, man. Get some traction, get some money. With any luck, hopefully we'll be on Product Hunt by the time people see this podcast. So, and that should
how are you gonna get? How are you gonna get here? You gonna skateboard?
Am I what? What? No, we're gonna. Yes, I'm gonna skateboard for it. There's like some investor summit over in Santa Monica. I think I might have a couple of other outside meetings. If y'all know any rich folk, who are ready to buy into the DraftKings of Hollywood, holla at your boy, because we're making it happen. And let's get into this week's topic before this becomes another Eternicast. This week's topic is birthday movies. This might be our shortest topic ever because I'm having a hard time sourcing anything decent.
And why is it birthdays this week?
Lord.
Because
if we missed at the top of the show, which I'm pretty sure we did, it is my birthday today. Yay! 41.
Oh yeah, we did say that, but
Yes.
Worth repeating.
That's right, and actually, it's when I mentioned also at the top of the show, which I think Greg missed anyways, was that it's one of the more inconsequential birthdays, mostly because what do you do for 41? Plus, also I worked all damn day. That's how much I love this game. So here we are, and actually, I am buttoning this up so I can make a late show of Kevin Hart's new movie. What is it? What next or what now?
What now? What next? What now?
So is that your first pick?
For birthday movies? No, I certainly hope not. I don't know. So actually, maybe we should change the rules of this one because
No, don't make no rules. There are no rules. Just make your pick. We have to justify it.
no. I was gonna say. Let me explain to the people following on the pod or at home.
No,
Basically,
those people need to make it up
we're gonna
too.
draft 3 birthday movies each. We're gonna alternate picks. I'm gonna go. Then I guess since you were late, Greg, you go last. I'm gonna go. Then I'm gonna go. And I think GNice is gonna go. And once someone picks a movie, it's off the board. It cannot be repicked. So there might be a little element of strategy to this game. And basically, I'm going to say for our topic of our top 3 birthday movies, it can be anything with a birthday scene in it because we're really
there should be no rule. You should interpret it the way you interpret it.
Oh,
Says yeah.
Yeah. we kind of tried doing that in our very first pod. Since he's not here,
worked out wonderfully.
No, seriously. Since he's not here to defend himself, I'll kick him while he's down. Peter, we were talking rom-coms. We were going along, humming along fine, and for some reason he picked.
You said Boomerang,
Titanic as a rom-com. And I was like, no, what are you talking about? To this day, his voice will give him shit about it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, but that could be justified as a rom-com.
By who? I never saw it, and I know that was not funny.
There's funny moments, and she gets naked. Boom.
That's not funny.
That's not wrong. Okay, you know what? All right. So, anyways, I'm gonna start this off as GNice continues to attempt to derail us into cultural concepts.
I'm gonna predict this on the side. Go.
All right. And the easiest one that's out there, I'm actually gonna skip because I'm not that big a fan of the movie. So I'm gonna leave that for y'all.
You're looking on the internet. You can't research this stuff. This should be natural, no?
Yeah,
no.
Like you can think of 3 movies with birthday scenes in it.
I can. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you, Encyclopedia Brown. All right, so I'm going to say, this is kind of old school. Whatever, I don't care. And then now I see what I'm going to go for my third pick too. City Slickers, they go off on this whole ranching thing as like a birthday present. Honestly, Billy Crystal isn't that funny. He's just not. He never has been.
All set up.
He peaked in with When Harry Met Sally, which is an all-time classic.
He is very funny.
Classic.
He's
not funny, but this was actually a pretty funny movie, and it's part of which I hate. And it had all these elements which I'm not usually there for, but I was there for it. And I was young, impressionable, whatever. But I enjoyed it.
There you go, City Slickers.
City Slickers is a great movie. Billy Crystal is very funny at times. What's that movie he does with Gregory Hines and their cops? Always running scared. He was fucking great in that.
Running scared, yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's such an 80s movie right there.
That was a good movie. They did a really good job. And he was great in The Princess Bride.
He was.
Mostly dead. He was great.
All right, so you're up, Kevin. I took it off the board. City Slickers.
I know Kevin's.
My pick, as Greg would probably predict, a David Fincher movie. Yes,
The Game.
The Game. Great movie. Michael Douglas. Great premise. He's taken on this journey, as you all have probably seen it. If you haven't, it's definitely worth checking out. And this whole charade, and it's like the worst birthday.
His brother is Sean Penn, right?
I believe so, yes. Worst birthday gift ever. Basically screws up his whole life for a joke.
Without a doubt, for a prank. Yes.
But that movie's fantastic, and it's David Fincher. It's totally dark for no reason, and it's really good, and it's fun, and it's like.
Wasn't that the movie that put Fincher on the map?
I'm trying to think.
That was like, I want to say that was like 97 or no,
seven was before that. Yeah,
before that. You're right. Yeah,
it was like
Alien 3. Was 7 before that? No, 7 was after that.
I think it was Alien 3, then 7. Then...
No, that's
Fincher did Alien 3.
Yeah, he did Alien 3. That's why it's so fucking dark. But it's also really, really good. And you know what? 7 is a fucking great movie.
7 is amazing. I don't think there's a birthday in it, but it's good.
All right, GNice, you're up.
Well, so you guys obviously skipped this, but this is the quintessential movie.
Go ahead, we're waiting for it. It's from Chicago's own, I'm sure. 16
Candles is a fantastic.
There it is, Johnny.
Yep.
It's simple and sweet, and Molly Ringwald is like charming in it. And what's the dude? He grew up to be no, not John Cryer, the other dude. He's got 3 names. Michael
Anthony Hall.
He's great in that movie. He's funny, and then you have the sweet scene at the end where they're sitting on the table and they have their candy or their cake. There's great scenes. I want to say there's Booby in that movie too. I think there's that shot of the drunk girl. Do you guys remember this? It's his girlfriend.
No.
There's a super racist young duck dunk.
Oh, that's why I didn't pick it. Even back then, I couldn't get with the casual racism. So
it was like crazy over the top, and it was totally raw, but it's still a really good movie. And it's just it's one of those movies that's very 80s, very simple, and there's like a lot of shots that nothing happens, but it's totally one of those movies. The best rom-coms in the world are the ones that end with this sort of satisfying moment, but it's not cheesy. It's just like clean and sweet, and they're sitting on the table. It's a good shot, and they drive away in a Porsche. Boom, done.
Okay, yes.
Casual racism. Yes, it does. Wrapped in humor. Ha ha.
Yes.
Okay, so my next one is gonna be my second pick. It's 2 of 3. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take it off the board. Old School. There's a birthday in there.
I'm like 100% right now.
We're going streaking.
Great movie.
Frank the Tank.
Hilarious movie.
Yes, I mean, what more needs to be said? If you haven't seen it, then you got a problem with yourself. It's a great movie, cult classic. I mean, and I don't know where or how or why this dude has become like our cultural avatar for just really dope man-child fun shit. But Will Ferrell, man, he'll go away for like maybe 3 or 4 years, just do some weird stuff, maybe take a cable dramatic turn or whatever. But they'll come back with some really dope cult consciousness, cult culture shit. Cult culture. Is that even? Anyways, cult classic. There we go. So you'll come back with some cult classic stuff that's like, wow. Like you really, I mean, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. I mean, it's almost like clockwork. Every 3 years he does. GNice, stop. Every 3 years he's gonna do something that makes you like, oh my God, you're really the man. So I'm a fan of Old School. I don't think I've seen it enough. I need to see it again. Maybe I'll throw that on my birthday weekend list of things to watch this weekend. But Old School, can't go wrong.
Old School is a really good movie. I will say this though. Do you guys think the Old School, like when you say Talladega, like Will Ferrell is fucking hilarious. And Talladega Nights was just like one long improv, and it was awesome.
It was hilarious.
It was awesome. It was so funny. And it just got funnier and funnier. Old School was good. The problem with Old School is a lot of those movies are like, it's so funny, you got these great moments, but then they have to throw this story on it, and it's like, whatever.
Well, no, but GNice, I remember, like, so
Party Crash is the same way.
Old School is a perfect example of what we used to do every day before we started writing, right? What we call the daily pitch, where we try to come up with like a high concept like film, like 15 minutes, whatever. Throw out a log line and
15 minutes. That shit would go like an hour and a half.
It was trying to get it. It was kind of like our little mental layups, whatever. But it seemed like the type of movie where it's like it got sold in the room.
Sure.
Sure. It's like these guys living in a frat or whatever, boom, sold,
Yeah, but it was like, and it's really fun, but I always feel like it's a good movie, but I don't ever want to watch it over and over again. You know what I mean? It's a good movie, but I wouldn't put it on my show.
There's certain scenes, like when they go to kidnap the guys and they've got the Metallica playing and they're in the van, and then like Blues Funeral, all that stuff. There's like scenes in it that you could watch on a loop.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not like with me and Boomerang, the required mention each podcast Boomerang, where I watch it every 3 months on GP. I mean, that just has to be done. So yeah,
Boomerang is a fucking excellent movie, though. That's an excellent movie that continues to stand the test of time. Eddie Murphy's no better in that movie.
I'm a little disturbed right now, GNice, because we're actually agreeing. Like
we've agreed on this for years. We've agreed on this. Look, I know things. You guys, whatever, but I know things, and that is it's a fucking fantastic movie.
You sound like Tyrion right there for a second. I drink and I know things.
It's not hate. I have standards. You guys do what you do, but that's fine. But it's not hate. It's called standards. My mom told me that. And the other thing is, Boomerang is a very, very, very good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Standards. Moving on. What is your next birthday movie, Kevin?
I would say my next pick is going to be GNice can't predict this, The Birthday Girl. Nicole Kidman.
That is so fucking over. That's funny.
He stole yours? He stole yours? I love it.
No, he didn't steal mine. He did not steal mine. He literally Googled this and pulled them all out. Go.
The Birthday Girl. Nicole Kidman.
Top birthday movies. Birthday Girl. It's in the title. Go.
What could be better? she's a mail order bride from Russia. She comes over here, barely speaks to the guy who bought her, or however that works. And halfway through it or whatever, it's her birthday. Her cousins come from Russia, and all hell breaks loose. And
Yeah.
boom.
I barely remember this. I might have to do a little research on that. I don't remember that. Okay, interesting. The Birthday Girl. Have anything to add, GNice? Because I have zero. I don't even remember this movie.
I've seen it. It was not awesome.
Okay. Oh, Vincent Cassell.
Wait, you don't think it's awesome, Kevin? You're only saying it because it's a birthday movie.
I enjoy. That's what this is about.
Right, but you're not. You still would have movies you enjoy, right?
I enjoyed it. It was very solid.
Very solid. Almost.
All right. Quit stalling, GNice. We know you don't do.
Oh, I got mine. Okay, so mine is one of my all-time favorite movies anyway. So this works itself out just fine. My birthday movie is True Romance, because there's the great scene where he meets the great Alabama Whirly because it's his birthday, and she shows up at the flicks of the movie, and that's how they meet, because she's been bought for him to be there at the movie flick, and they meet at the bar. Booyah! Great scene, great fucking movie. I fuck Elvis. I always said if I was a dude, I'd fuck Elvis. I fuck Elvis too. Great fucking movie. Boom.
Boom.
Okay, no, that qualifies.
I know it qualifies.
Anything anyone else wants to add? I have no qualms.
You guys all know that's a great movie, correct?
Tarantino, great dialogue. Very good movie.
Yeah, I enjoy True Romance. I owned it for a while. When I had that massive wall of VHS and DVDs and shit, I owned it for a while. I enjoy the movie.
That's a fantastic movie. It's a fucking great movie. It's like
where's Peter? He would be loving this right now. He loves
twisted love story, but still so good and full of action and funny. And Patricia Arquette is like super sexy hot in that, and she's like gully and she's like down for whatever. Apparently, in the actual script, he dies, and then the whole thing ends with him. And then I guess Tony Scott was like, no, he's got to stay alive.
Tony Scott, gone too soon. Loved his movies. Okay,
Patricia Arquette also in Pulp Fiction with a nice little cameo role.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Her sister. Nope.
Well, whatever.
Hosanna. Yeah.
Not the same. You gotta put that. Nope.
This is kind of the same.
No.
Basically the same.
Unchocolate.
Unchocolate Cardinal. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do my last pick, my third. This one's a little bit off the board, so I saved it for last because I knew none of y'all mofos would pick it. I'm going with In Time, in a movie that no one saw but me. I actually paid.
Wait, Justin Timberlake?
Theater. Justin Timberlake. Who was the girl in that?
The hot chick. She was hot. No, it was.
Maybe it wasn't Jessica Biel, but it was actually. I probably need to IMDb this, but no. But Justin Timberlake. Basically, the whole premise. It's kind of like a Gattaca-esque type future where basically you stop aging at 25, and it's got a really interesting sci-fi premise to it. It's a bit of an adventure. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Who is the girl? I can't remember either, and I'm trying not to look it up.
All right, I'm gonna look it up real quick. In Time. And Amanda Seyfried. I never can say her name right. Seyfried.
It was her? I don't remember.
Yeah, the one from
No, there were three girls. There were three girls in it.
Big Love. The girl from Big Love. Oh, Olivia Wilde. That's right.
That's who. Yeah. That's right. 13.
She was in Vinyl. You know.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
You watched Vinyl, Kevin?
I've watched every episode of Vinyl. Yeah.
Vinyl was.
That shit was a hot mess, but I was there for because I'm there for anything that creates a world. Like you saw The Get Down, right? On Netflix. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anything that gives you that type of world, a world where I've been to, like the 70s, New York, crazy. Okay, I'm in.
And I loved when they put in like David Bowie was in there and who else they had?
Yeah, like the actors, the famous people. That was pretty
cool. Studio cameos from these other rock stars from the 70s. I thought that was great. But HBO did not.
No, well, I mean, come on, that thing was a mess. I mean, the buildings fell on them twice or something. What are we doing here? It's crazy.
That was weird.
But you know what thing is? That show was like, what's his name? I don't know his name. He's super charismatic.
Bobby Cannavale.
He was great.
He's awesome.
He's great. I mean, the story just got weirder and stranger and like more and more out of control. But it didn't really matter because you were like, oh, that's cool. as long as it kept sort of talking about the music world, that was fun.
Well, it had our boy.
Ray Romano?
No.
Yeah,
Well,
Ray
he
Romano
was
was
he was
good at
great
that. He was
too.
really good at
Just seeing Raymond in between dueling sets of boobs. There you go, Greg. Boobs. Boobs was pretty awesome to see. But no, I'm talking about the black dude. His name is Ato Essendo, I think that's his name. And
Who,
he's just like he's like
the
a
70s singer?
yeah, the guy who had
yeah.
his throat messed up, and he's
Oh,
he's
yeah,
kind
he
of like
was good.
becoming that dude. You see him in Born, you see him in Vinyl, you saw him on some other stuff. And quick aside, my little brush with fame, I saw him, or he randomly liked one of the Cinema Drafts graphic cards on Instagram. And if you aren't following Cinema Draft on Instagram, you need to. We got some really cool shit at Cinema Draft. Anyways, he randomly liked one of our graphic cards for Bourne because he's in Jason Bourne movies. and I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna hit him up on DM because I just heard him on the Denzel Washington podcast, and he killed it on that. And I was like, yeah, and I kind of listed randomly all the stuff that I'd seen him in. I'm like, oh wow, I guess I am a fan of your work. Keep it up, Vinyl. And I told him in the thing like Vinyl's weird, but good job, way to get a check, keep it moving, good job on Bourne, etc. etc. And he hit me back saying, hey, really cool, appreciate it. I'm like, all right,
There you
my
go.
brush of fame. Just like Jay Devlin told me that on our micropod yesterday, we were breaking down the results, and that, of course, can be found at anywhere our podcasts are delivered. Cinema Draft Podcast. He told us how he saw Peter Berg like 5 days ago pumping gas. It's just one of those random anecdotes that go nowhere. I'm like, all right.
Wait, while doing coke?
Allegedly.
With a 5-day shadow? Yes, exactly. You gotta have to love a world where he's like the owner of a team in Ballers. He's the owner of the Miami Dolphins in Ballers. Like, really?
Yeah, Ballers Kade was ridiculous, right? No? Am I alone on this?
I watched every episode, but it was, yeah. I mean, it's like
Look, it's cotton candy. It's the sports version of Entourage, and I'm here for it. That's all I gotta say. It's the type of shit I can just turn on and not think about any. Like I can swipe through my Tinder and Bumble profiles while I'm watching that show and not miss a single beat. It's delicious. I love it. So are we on you now, Kevin? Or
yes.
Boobs.
My last pick, which Greg GNice does not know. A little bit on the borderline here, but I'm going to go with This Is 40. birthday theme movie. Well, I don't know.
You just went down the list. You just found a website and went down the list.
That was an organic pick from my brain, as was the game. I did look up like the girl.
I kind of like This Is 40. Go ahead.
This Is 40. I thought if you remove Eric Bana from the movie and take out that 45 minutes, I think it would have got nominated for something, because I thought it was funny, it was poignant, hit all the different layers of maybe the pinnacle of sort of Apatow-dom, but he got in his own way and nobody told him to cut out Eric Bana, and it was like 45 minutes too long.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Apatow movies these days. Is that they're just a little too long. Like even Funny People, I really enjoyed Funny People. Long as shit. No one else enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Still a little bit too long.
Wait, but am I getting this mixed up? Isn't that 40 People?
Oh wait a minute, that was Funny People. Oops, that's the wrong movie.
Hold on.
No, it's Patricia Arquette. It's Patricia Arquette.
Right, exactly. Chocolate Cardinal.
Chocolate Cardinal.
This Is 40 though was about his wife turning 40, and what's his face was in it. What's the dude's name? The funny dude.
Paul
Rudd was funny.
Yeah.
I thought the scene of him sitting on the toilet with his iPad was funny. For some reason, that was very funny to me.
White people problems, west of the 405.
TM. White people problems. TM.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it though. I thought it was, and I wasn't anywhere near 40 when it came out, but I was like, okay, I can kind of sort of not really relate, because they were set up. There was like a music executive, right? And he had all these, first world problems, but it's
He's trying to find himself.
I was annoyed by him riding his bike at the end. That annoyed me. The scene with running to figure his life out was on a bike. I just thought, that was annoying.
Well, GNice, you were there. You were there when we got this very crucial note of how to write a romantic comedy or whatever. Is that there always?
I know it's annoying though.
There has to be a run, preferably in the rain.
Yeah, preferably in the rain, and then end with the marriage. The other thing is, she's attractive and she's a very good actress. Her voice hurts me a little bit.
His
Oh,
wife.
Leslie Mann, his wife. Yeah.
She's very good, but you just it's kind of a little chalkish, right? A little chalk on the board, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm okay,
Yeah.
but I can see how someone might not like it. I like her though. I think she's funny and talented. Now I'm glad that she's getting as not I wouldn't say as much shine, but she's getting her shine. She's getting hers now. Now that their kids are getting a little bit older. All right, so Greg, GNice, bring it in.
All
Bring it
right,
in for the landing.
my final is leaving Las Vegas, and it's the scene where he is laying on the couch and she is giving him all these gifts. It's this very sweet, fucked up scene where she's like, they basically agree to like be together until he dies. He's gonna drink himself to death, and she's like, "I accept you for this," and for then she gives her all these little presents, and then the last present she gives him is a flask, and he says something like, "Yep, I'm with the right girl." And it's very fucked up and horrible and super sweet and kind and like a really screwed up, wonderful movie. And that scene is, I think that scene is either his birth. I think the scene is his birthday, or he does things that you would do, or he does things that you would do at his birthday.
Okay, for purposes of this podcast, we'll just say it's his birthday.
That's correct.
Yeah.
How dare you, GNice? You're killing your own brand right now, bringing pathos and drama and poignancy. What's wrong with you?
Those are. That's a great. I mean, he is fantastic in that movie. I don't think he's done anything as nearly as good except Valley Girl, but he was really, really good.
I just saw Raising Arizona again.
Oh yeah, good call. Raising Arizona is great. HI.
Great.
He doesn't have a huge role, but he's really good in Snowden. I mean, he's kind of settling into this part of his career where he's like, all right, I'm not going to get the lead of anything except for these direct-to-video or basically paycheck films to pay off his IRS bill or whatever it is he's got going on. and so he's kind of settled in when it comes to these, studio films and like, third or fourth lead or whatever, just kind of delivering, medium hits. And I don't know if that's necessarily his ceiling at this age. Like, you can still see some of these older actors turn up, especially the guys. But he's kind of content to just, get a paycheck, live a quiet life for now. He's not trying to win no Oscars or anything anytime soon. He's just chilling.
Well, he's great in this. He was. You guys have seen this, right? You guys have both seen this?
Which one?
You never saw Leaving Las Vegas?
No. Yeah, I used to own it. I saw Leaving Las Vegas.
Really, Kevin? You've never seen it?
Oh, man. All right, so quick premise.
No, Kevin.
I know what it's about. I know.
No, Kevin. This is your last podcast. You're done. Sorry, dude. There are rules. What the hell's wrong with you?
I have to see all of your movies.
That's correct. You understand the rules now.
It's like the anti-Pretty Woman. I'm gonna drink myself to death. I'm gonna get me a hooker, and I'm just gonna go out in style. Jesus.
Well, you make it sound a lot more fun than it is. It's like that, but super sad.
That sounds fun. No, that sounds like
not.
Yeah, but he said it all smiling and shit. It's like super sad from the beginning to the end. And Elizabeth Shue.
Podcast listeners can't see my smile.
She's good. Well, they can see their skateboard pads. They can see your smile too.
Adventures in Babysitting.
She's excellent at that too. But she's
disclaimer: GNice has had a lifelong crush on Elizabeth Shue just because she came to his classroom one day.
That's correct. I did meet her. I totally flirted with her. In my head, I could have got her.
In
reality.
That tale that same day, he's like, "Oh, we were flirting. It was great. It was
great. It was great. All the kids were like, "Yo, what's up? You're trying to flirt with her?" I was like, "No, she wanted me. Chill."
All the ladies want GNice. Okay, well, so that'll wrap up our main topic this episode. Our 3 birthday movies. I'm not even going to recap them because that was just pretty much a shit show.
I'll tell you mine. 16 Candles, True Romance, Leaving Las Vegas, boom.
Kevin, do you want to recap yours?
Mine were...
Just tell them the website you got them from. Just put the website on.
The Game, Birthday Girl, and This Is 40.
And mine were City Slickers, Old School and In Time. There we go. That's right. I'm keeping this thing on.
Wait a minute. You know what I realized? You never explained why that's a birthday movie.
There's a birthday scene in there.
Like,
you don't remember?
Somebody in the background? No.
Similar to the way Glory is
they threw a birthday party. It was like a big, fraternity.
Glory has? Are you kidding? There's a.
All right, so we're getting to this segment where we go a little bit.
That movie could have been good, by the way. That could have been a good movie. In Time.
It was
like
solid. I think it was
like an
3 wheels.
interesting idea.
No
Threesome
one's
time,
seen it.
but you know why? But here's the thing: because Justin Timberlake is a
Sell
very
out.
no, he's a very talented singer, and
He
I'm not.
tore. What does Janet
Social
Jackson have
Network.
to say about him?
He was good. I like him.
What did
Social
Janet
Network.
Jackson say about him? Don't touch my boo.
Oh, we so
He's just,
he's another in our basket of deplorables. One
he
that we can't
is.
take back.
No,
Did
here's the
John?
thing. He needs to. This is the first. It's hard. It's for a very long time. He took roles where he was a singer in the movie, and I feel like that's you shouldn't do that. And then he started to take parts where he's got such like a I don't know. Like I don't believe him as a soldier. Do you think he could kick your ass? I don't get that vibe. You know what I mean? And then like in this, he's like this guy who's running around. It's because he's got like such a soft voice that it's hard for me to see him as like tough.
No,
You
that's
know what
true.
I
I mean,
mean?
his lane really is like movies like Friends with Benefits. So he was really good at Mila Kunis. I like the movie.
Yeah, but doesn't that just feel like a really long Saturday Night Live scene? Like like he's great in those sketches, right? Because they're goofy
Yeah.
and silly. He can just act stupid, and he's perfect. It's
Mhm.
really hard to take him seriously as a character, and I feel bad because I do think he's talented. And he's becoming a really like he's a good musician, but it just feels like
He's married to Jessica Biel. I do not feel bad for him one bit.
wait, did I say I
Gross.
felt bad? Yeah, I didn't.
Yes,
You
you
did.
did.
That's
I
not
was
what I meant to say. That's not
questioning
what I
it.
meant to say. Yeah, no, I don't feel bad for him. He has millions of dollars. I'm just saying that, like, I don't take him serious. I have trouble with his movies.
Gotcha. All right, so I am bringing this back on track because we have
Never.
17 minutes before I'm out of here and shutting this whole thing down. Okay, so basically we are here for the Game Cinema Draft. This is Jay Devlin's favorite segment. This is where we
Boom.
go into the shot list and we talk about what makes a good call sheet. And we actually have a surprise guest call sheet today. I'll get to that in a moment. What is Cinema Draft? It is the fantasy sports version of the movies. You draft 10
Yeah.
actors who are signed a dollar value salary. You have $100,000 in budget. Try to get all 10 of your actors onto your call sheet. No more, no less, must be 10. You must draft at least one actor from each of the 3 release types of movies. Wide, 2,000 screens and up. Limited, between 500 and 1,999 screens. And then platform, 500 or less screens. You must have one of each on your call sheet. We have this concept called headliners, in which you have 2 per movie. These are the stars. Their points are worth 40% more. For example, Suicide Squad earns $100 million in a weekend. Margot Robbie gets 100 points, but Will Smith gets 140. That's right. He gets that 40% bonus. Our game is free to play, and we are opening beta testing wide. Odell Beckham in the net style. We are going live with it. By the time you listen to this, we should hopefully be on our new server. If you are already logged in, please make sure to log out and log back in because you may not see our newest tournaments. We are experiencing 33% growth from last week. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Which reminds me of something else I'm watching, Insecure, great show. And I want to bring us to the shot list. These are views in news you can use to pick the winning call sheet. The first section of the shot list is what we call the A list. These are actors you'll definitely want on your call sheet. I'm picking Tom Cruise with Jack Reacher for obvious reasons. The marketing is everywhere. It is a must play. You're going to want a headliner stack. Your 2 Jack Reacher headliners with Kobe Smulders. She's also around 19,000, I believe. Jack Reacher Never Go Back is the building block of your call sheet this weekend. Also, I would advise you adding Gal Gadot, Keeping Up with the Joneses, 12,900. It is a wide release. It's cheaper than she's cheaper than 2 headliners. I think the other headliner I made was Zach Galifianakis. And for whatever reason, in all the tracking, this movie is getting no respect. They're picking it at like 10 million, maybe 9 million. I mean, it is a crowded release weekend. There's about 5 wide new releases. I don't think it's gonna get lost in the shuffle. It seems to be has all the elements of a low-key hit. It's got attractive, likable leads. It's got one of those high concept premises that Greg and I used to pitch. What if the neighbors next door were secret agents? And also, it's got a bit of comedy. Some stuff blows up. There are a few laughs. I mean, what's not to like? And so, for all of those who overweight tracking predictions, Jay Devlin, this one, she will be lightly owned, so get you some Gal Gadot for your call sheet. Any thoughts about the A-list, gentlemen?
You know, Tom Cruise, you can't go wrong. That's it.
That's it. All right, Tom Cruise, Jack Reacher. All right, so co-starring is the next segment of the shot list. These are some values you'll want to look out for this weekend. I'm a big fan of hers, mostly because she's just drop dead gorgeous in a very next door neighbor way. Her name is Elizabeth Reeser. She's in this movie Ouija, Origin of Evil. She is only $9,000, and it is a wide release with an estimated 2,500 screens, perhaps. And basically, they are all alone in this horror genre, Ouija, Origin Evil. Halloween is coming, so do not be surprised. This movie debuts in third place with 12 to 15 million, even if horror is not your thing, because it's definitely not my thing. And I only say that because this genre is notoriously front-loaded. All these horror type movies, any time of the year they come out, your Saws of the world, what have you, tend to really bring them out the first weekend or two, and then they're done. So definitely get you some Elizabeth Reeser. It's an opening weekend type film. You'll probably get some bonus points. You might be lightly owned only because people don't really know what Ouija is. Hasn't been a ton of marketing that I've seen really, and it might be flying under the radar of mass market people. But the people who love horror and Halloween's coming, they're going to flock to this movie. The other co-starring value I think you should definitely have is Aaron Eckhart from Sully. He is the cheaper of the two headliners, the other one being Tom Cruise, of course. He is at $8,600. It is expected to fall to limited release. Sully's been out forever. It's been out since early September. And it's just dependable. It's steady. We're going to see a glut of movies and actors in the limited release category this week, only because you have all these films that are sliding just below 2,000 that have been out for about 5 to 6 weeks. And Sully's one of those films, but unlike those other films, Sully keeps packing in, 4 or 5 million a weekend. So when you get basically 1 point per 500,000. If you're getting, another 4 or 5 million from Sully, that's another 10 points, which could be the difference in winning the Cinema Draft game this weekend. So take a look at Aaron Eckhart for Sully. What do you guys think? Any co-stars you might want to add to your call sheet this weekend?
I have no idea. I did play the game this week, and I have several stars that you mentioned.
Okay, all right, so we're going to get to yours right after we do the cutting room floor, my favorite part. Right. I think Greg might have taken a powder since he has absolutely
I'm right here.
Team or supporting Cinema Draft at all.
I told you.
Never coming back.
Wait, what?
No, we're going to get you in this game. We're going to study Kevin's call sheet real quick, and we're going to get you in this game, damn it, if I have to drag you kicking and screaming.
Call sheet is going to be wrong.
No, but the good thing is that Well, we don't know all this. First of all, I'd love to see your call sheet, sir. Second of all, he's got until Thursday, 10 p.m. to change it.
That's right.
And once again, a reminder, theater counts lock at 6 p.m. Pacific. So that's when we lock in the amount of theaters, screens, and release types for the movies and the actors in the talent pool. So if you have a call sheet made before then, definitely double check it after 6 p.m. Pacific to make sure that you have a valid call sheet with an actor from all 3 release types, under budget, etc., etc. So the cutting room floor, basically skip these losers. Sadly, I hate to say this, but my favorite actor, but any and all of the Magnificent Seven, it's a wide release, and as much as I love Denzel, this movie is still too wide for its own good right now for this game. It's still going to be an anticipated 2,500 screens, probably going to make maybe 4 or 5 million, if that. That's probably even being generous. So if you need 4 or 5 points, find them elsewhere. You can just kind of skip that. And then also all the Birth of a Nation. Now that it's satisfied its 2-week obligatory, run in the theaters, it's going to fall off a cliff. It is going to drop. I'm estimating it's going to drop to about 900 screens from its current 2,100. It's going to be limited release. It's going to make maybe 1.5 million. I mean, if you need 3 points that badly, just draft anything else. Draft a platform release. Just do anything, but draft this movie. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a movie to be endured, not enjoyed. It's a one-off, but it's the Oscar campaign against it's really been effective, and it's had its run. It's done. So that's the cutting room floor. Any movies coming out this weekend you're excited to see, gentlemen?
I'm excited to see something that's not even on the board, which is Moonlight.
You did mention that, yeah. Talk of Moonlight for a second. And the only reason why it wasn't listed is because it's only estimated to be like one of those New York, LA runs, so it might only be on 2 screens. So, so when it opens a little wider, it'll definitely be part of the talent pool. Because I'm very interested in that as well.
Yeah, Moonlight, directed by Barry Jenkins, who did Medicine for Melancholy, film that came out like 08-ish, which Greg probably hated. But this is got Andre Holland, who was in
The Nick.
which is one
Yo,
of the
are they
best.
bringing that back? I love the Nick. I miss the Nick.
I don't know. I mean, I think that story-wise, it's still open, I think. But that's one of the best.
Wait, he was the doctor?
Finales. He was the doctor.
The doctor.
But it was Clive Owen was sort of was the lead.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah, great show. Andre Holland is in it along with the guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he plays the bad guy.
Oh yeah, M. Ali. Let's call him M. Ali. The guy in Luke Cage, Cottonmouth.
Yeah, Cottonmouth from Luke Cage, and it's all about like black male sexuality and identity and all that sort of stuff. And it's gotten rave reviews. I think there's some Oscar buzz behind it, so I'm interested in seeing Barry Jenkins follow up with that cast.
Excellent. And GNice, we know you never go to movies, but if you were to go to a movie, what would you see this weekend?
I would see the Medea.
You know what? Okay, we're gonna get to our. I've had enough of this nonsense. All right, we're gonna get to our boy Kevin Garnett's call sheet.
No, I would see Jack. No, all jokes aside, I would see Jack. I would see Jack Reacher. I think that looks cool.
And then really,
I would. He doesn't. Here's the thing. He might be a crazy man, but he does a good job consistently.
That's
the first Jack Reacher movie
is excitement.
The first Jack Reacher movie was very entertaining.
He's good. He's always good.
He's always good.
He's probably not well, but he's always really good, consistently. Like name a movie he's bad.
He's consistently good.
He's consistently good. So I'd see that, and I would also see The Accountant because that seems amusing to me.
Okay, The Accountant is really good. Actually, you like The Accountant is a little deeper than you think it is. About dealing with the spectrum and autism and all that sort of stuff. It's really good. I enjoyed it.
I also have to. I look at movies now because I'm not actually going to go, but I look at movies now as in movies I'd have to stay awake to see. So it has to be explosions. Okay. So I don't. And I do want to see The Magnificent Seven. I heard it's okay, but I would see it.
Yeah, it's fun. You'll like it on rental. All right, so here we are. We are in the hold on.
Graphics.
Why am I stuck on? Oh, well, okay. This is weird. Usually it has like a. Anyways, all right. So there we go. Presenting. All right. So here we are inside the Cinema Draft game. This is the contest lobby. Show what's upcoming. It's early. These will all get filled, I'm sure. Fingers crossed. And basically, the feature presentation, that's what everyone's gunning for. It's the one with the most prizes, $90 to first. This game is free to play. People have been cashing out. It is a real thing. So definitely come and bring your A game. And let's take a look at our boy, Cornell West Side. All right, so I promise
it's so stupid.
This game would have been lit about 20 years ago when I was a freshman at Morehouse and before he went crazy. He's a crazy man now. I love him. He's got a huge intellect, but my God, Cornell West is a crazy man.
He was awesome. He was awesome in The Matrix.
Actually, you know what? I can't. Actually, we can't see your call sheet. Can you bring up your call sheet and screen share it? Because I forgot we can't see other people's call sheets until the game locks. That's my bad.
How do I screen share that?
So on the left hand side, there's a little thing underneath the chat. That's a little green thing that's like screen share. Click that, and then it'll offer you some choices on which screen to share. I know this must be riveting for podcast listeners.
Hit Google Hangouts. Hit Google.
Yeah, so you're in your Hangout. On the left hand side, you see where it says chat, like the little box. Underneath chat, it should be a green screen.
And now there's a couple of things.
Yeah, so do the one that's got your.
Oh, you people listening, you're missing out on some comedy right here. These two are not going to be able to figure this out.
We may have to cut around this if it gets too much longer.
No, please keep this.
This is gold, Jerry, gold. No, but there you go, attaboy.
Is that it? No.
That's it. No, that's it. I see it. That's it.
Can you guys see it? Because I can't see it now.
I can see it on the little screen, but not the big screen.
No, hold on. Somehow I messed up the camera work, but here we go. There we go. All right, so this is your call sheet. most likely subject to change. Give me the rationale behind your thinking, and I'll tell you where you went wrong. Just kidding.
Okay, perfect. Obviously, Tom Cruise, he's there.
Good actor.
Tyler Perry, when he puts on the dress, the people come out to see him.
Man, they really do.
That's
And also note, and also, I will also note that those stars next to each other's names, those that designate headliners. Those are the ones that are going to get you the 40% bonus. That's a good start so far. Get that bonus.
so Emily Blunt. She's in what movie again?
Girl on Train. Love
Girl on
it.
the Train.
Yes, Bay.
I haven't seen it.
What's her real last name?
Very good.
Her name is Blunt. Emily Blunt. That's her name.
Her real name is.
That's not a reference to smoking weed.
Oh, God, she's. You know what? Keep it moving, Kevin. We're running out of time.
Toby Huss. I needed the platform movie. I worked with him a long
He's
time
great
ago.
on Halt and Catch Fire. That actually, I meant to say, that's what I'm watching. That season finale was awesome. That's just a great show. Totally slept on. Totally.
Elizabeth Reeser. She's in that Ouija movie. Yes.
Yes.
So I picked her because, like you said, horror. I figure near Halloween it's going to come up. This Glickman person. I just needed the money.
David
Oyelowo,
British.
Wanted to get that limited release thing and then support that movie as best I could here in the thing. Kevin Hart. The rest of these were just sort of like to fill in and use my money here. Sudeikis, I thought Storks might make some money.
Okay. That's not a bad call. She actually, I'm gonna freeze it for a second. Let's take a closer look. So I think you're good with Jack Reacher. Even with most of the projections being really low, we're actually having a side bet going on over in the group chat. And this is I'm gonna offer up to our listeners a chance to join our group chat. I'm trying something new, a little different. I'm just trying to keep an open group text with basically we're going to talk about all things Cinema Draft. The public is free to join. The name of this group text. I'm sorry, I kind of enjoy the name of this thing. The name of this group text is called Marcus Graham's Secret to His Salmon, parentheses Cinema Draft, because of course Boomerang all day long. And anyway, so if you go to Group Me and look up Marcus Graham's Secret to His Salmon, Cinema Draft, you should be able to find us. Join us, it's free or whatever. We'll be talking, wagering, just all things about Cinema Draft the game, bitching about salaries. Everyone's complaining about the tight pricing this week, which is awesome, means I've done my job. So check that out on our group text. But basically, so we were talking about how Jack Reacher, the projections that are out there right now, are people feel burned by the accountant, so they're trying to avoid repeat of the accountant. So they're definitely headliner stacking Jack Reacher, because even if it's first and even at like 25 million, it's still going to be 10 million ahead of the nearest movie most likely. So I would advise headliner stacking Jack Reacher. Emily Blunt is going to her third weekend. I don't think you're gonna get as much value there for the price. I think you're paying too up at $13,200 for low key Bay. I love her, but she's too expensive. So I would replace her. Maybe headliner stack Medea. Those movies tend to do well. I can't stand them, but I would headliner stack those movies, and then the rest of your call sheet's not bad. Queen of Katwe, I think you can skip, because even though it will be a limited release, like I said, I think at least at this point, it's not reflected in the call sheet right now or in the talent pool right now. But I'm pretty sure Sully's going to slip under 2,000 and be a limited release. So when it does, after call sheet lock, after a theater count lock at 6 p.m. on Thursday Pacific, definitely double check your call sheet and slip in Sully. Most likely, there are several that I'm guessing are going to be in the limited release category. Let me share real quick before we get out of here the spreadsheet I go off of, really, and that is, where'd it go? There we go. This is kind of what I use to before I start the values. And as you can see under limited, we're expecting Masterminds. I can't stand that. I don't know how it's still there. Birth of a Nation is going to be a bit of a dog. Queen of Katwe is going to be around, but I still think Sully, those older folk go to movies late. They're going to come in and check it out. So I think Sully might be your best bet for a limited release movie value. And then I'm curious about this I'm Not Ashamed. It's pegged at exactly 500 screens. That sounds kind of weird. I think it'll be a little bit over, which is why I'm putting it limited. So I'm Not Ashamed, I think, is another faith-based film by, I want to say, Pure Flix. So, and we know the faith-based community, they turned out for Priceless. Their Priceless, I think, was on the winning call sheet with our mystery man, BTTF. This dude came in and won 4 of 5. 4 of 5 of our contest. $128 in total. So, hey, BTTF, if you're listening to this podcast, holla at your boy. Podcast.cinemadraft@gmail.com. Get on the podcast. We want to learn more about you. Teach us your mystical ways of the call sheet. So yeah, so that's a good start, KG. I'm glad to see you're getting one in there. GNice, you're on the clock.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just gonna leave it dead silent. Podcast. You're gonna join us this week. You have until Thursday, 10 p.m. Pacific time to submit your call sheets. That will do it this week. Oh, actually, before we go, our over under this week, Jack Reacher, 26 million or more. I'm going to take the over. Peter, by default, you're stuck with the under if you do join us next week. Actually, we might be recording late next week, so we're going to have a special guest. Fingers crossed, but it should be a good friend of mine, working black writer-producer, Lolita Files. TM twice. She should be hosting the podcast as I am on location in LA. So tune in next week for that. We will also have a weekend preview this Friday morning, shortly after everything is locked up Thursday night. So we will kind of give a preview. I am pretty sure I'll be joined by the infamous Jay Devlin. And I want to thank also my guest for this podcast, returning again, bravely stepping into the ring, Kevin Garnett, working black writer, TM, Hollywood.
Chocolate Cardinal.
And GNice, Greg, the Avatar.
What?
That's right. And
He's the writer.
Try to get to my special effects. That's right. So thanks for everyone watching. Where can you find Cinema Draft? Cinemadraft.co. Sign up for the free beta. We are live, wide, no barriers, no sign-up forms. Just click on the button and sign up. Follow us at Twitter @PlayCinemaDraft, Facebook CinemaDraft, Instagram @CinemaDraft, Medium /@CinemaDraft, Pinterest CinemaDraft. We are also on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud. Get our podcast, download us, rate us, like us, tell people about us. Help us out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, all 12 of you.